We are here to celebrate writers who are the best of the best. They are artists, painting pictures with words, writing essays like you've never heard.
But I'm so sorry. You have to wait a while.
Because we've got speakers, musical items, all playing here tonight. Then it will be revealed who our champion writers will be. So, welcome to the 2019 Templeton Laws of Life ceremony. And we hope you enjoy the journey. 'Cause you are W-E-L-C-O-M. You are W-E-L-C-O-M. You are W-E-L-C-O-M-E. Yeah!
They summed it all up what the evening is going to be. The big reveal, as those of you who've been here before know, it's not going to happen in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You're going to have to wait a while. So sit tight, especially the students. I know you're anxious, but sit tight. It's going to be worth your wait. At this time, we're going to have remarks by Dr. Andrew Sarrazin, president of the Templeton World Charity Foundation, following which we'll have another selection by the great C.R. Walker Pop Band, award-winning C.R. Walker Pop Band.
Judges, teachers, parents, and most importantly, the finalists. This is one of my favorite events of the year. It's one of the things I look forward to every year. I get so much personal joy and energy from reading the essays, from experiencing the wisdom that you children have and you children possess. And you can teach so much about the world to us adults, and so thank you for that. A special thank you tonight to Ms. Wright, to Mrs. Griffiths, and to Mrs. Garraway. You are the heart and soul of this competition. I think you know every single person in the Bahamas between you. You certainly know all the teachers and most of the students. And so my sincere thanks to you. And finally, congratulations to all of the finalists in the Laws of Life essay competition. You will remember this. It's an essay competition that's been going for quite a long time, and I hope you have fond memories of it. Tonight, I wanted to use my time here to tell you about the purpose of the Laws of Life essay competition and how I think it might serve you for the rest of your life. And so I know sitting in your seats, when I use the term rest of your life, sitting in the seats, children, I, as a child not so long ago, the concept of the rest of your life seemed like some kind of astronomical figure. Something like, like the distance to the moon or the age of a galaxy, a kind of a sum that was something that was too indeterminate to matter. And so let me see if I can convince you that, in fact, it does matter. When I think of the laws of life, I am reminded of that first wonderful verse of our national anthem that we just heard. And some of you sang, not all of you sang, but some of you sang. To lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahama land. It's such a striking image of sunrise and the first rays of the day that are just not quite visible on the horizon. And it is a moment of anticipation and of faith, not of certainty, but of faith when the sun will come up and illuminate the darkness. And Sir John Templeton, who called this great country home for over 40 years, was a firm believer that just as there are the laws of motion and of gravity and of electricity, so also there are laws of the spirit. These laws of love and gratitude and of forgiveness and kindness and they motivate the world just as much as the discoveries of Newton or Copernicus. These laws show us what is truly real, just like the rays of the morning sun. And more than ever, you children will live in a world that has infinite data, unlimited information, some knowledge, and even less wisdom. And dear friends, this is what the laws of life is all about. To give courage to see what is real, to judge fact from fiction, and to seek truth. I encourage you to use the laws of life to help you respond to that nasty Facebook post, or the gossipy WhatsApp chat, or the hurtful Instagram story. Remember these laws of love and of gratitude and of kindness and of forgiveness. Find the laws of life in the good friends that you have and in your own aspirations and dreams. For Sir John Templeton, the laws of life not only pointed a way to happiness and to prosperity, these were also signs of a transcendent purpose and meaning in our lives. Through these laws, we can not only know more about ourselves, but we can know more about our Maker and Creator. And so it is fitting that just as I started with the first line of the national anthem, I'll end with the last. That till the road you trod leads unto your God, march on, Bahamaland. Thank you very much, and congratulations to everyone.
Yet. Not quite yet. Okay? Coming right now to introduce our guest speaker for this evening is Kareem Jones of the L.W. Young Junior High School. Please welcome him.
The Honorable Mark Humes is an assistant professor of English and former president of the Union of Tertiary Educators of the Bahamas at the University of the Bahamas. In addition to being the Member of Parliament for the Fort Charlotte constituency, he serves as chairman of the Bahamas Independence Secretariat and the Bahamas Agriculture, Health, and Food Safety Authority. Mr. Humes, a 1982 graduate of St. Augustine's College, spent 10 years as a customs officer with the Bahamas Customs Department, leaving the department after completing his studies at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia in 1996. At Morehouse, he obtained Bachelor of Arts degrees in English and French, and later attended the University of Puerto Rico in Rio Piedras, receiving a Master's of Arts degree in African American Literature and Theory. Before joining the then College of the Bahamas in 2006, Mr. Humes lectured in the Department of English Studies at the University of Puerto Rico and later returned home to work as a journalist at the Tribune. A certified USAF Level 1 track and field coach, he served as a sprint coach at Morris High School in Atlanta, Georgia, the University of Puerto Rico, Rio Piedras, Morehouse College, and the College of the Bahamas, respectively. An avid photographer and music producer, Mr. Humes has been featured in Jet Magazine and on the Oprah Winfrey Show. He has one son, Dan Rudo, and four grandsons, Mackay, Dan Rudo Jr., Denaj, and Lazay. Let us now welcome the Honorable Mr. Mark Humes.
Every time I hear that biography read, I say I have to shorten that up. But all it speaks about is somebody who at one point was your age and just saw the world as his oyster. And he just went after whatever was out there and did whatever he could well. And at the end of the day, returned home to give back what he learned. That's the short of it. Now, tonight, when I saw you guys walking in, the first thing I said was that this was very inspiring. You know, one of the I guess you'll say, biggest regrets I had as an educator is that I never got an opportunity to teach in the high school system in the Bahamas. I taught everywhere else and never once taught in the high school system here in the Bahamas. So anytime I get an opportunity to represent the minister at one of these engagements, and I get to see the high school students that I'm fortunate to see gathered all together in one place, it's always very inspiring and at the same time very intimidating. You guys are the future. Yes. And so it's a tremendous honor to be here tonight. Mrs. Lazel Wright, head of the writing unit of the Department of Education, Mrs. Mina Griffith, chairperson of the Law of Life Bahamas Committee, members of the writing unit of the Department of Education, Mr. Sarazaz, that'll work. Judges, members of the Law of Life Bahamas Committee, teachers, parents and guardians, and other well-wishers, invited guests, awardees, students, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a tremendous privilege for me to be here bringing greetings to you on behalf of the Minister of Education, Mr. Jeff Lloyd. Now, as an English educator, it is always a pleasure for me to celebrate memorable occasions like this with you, students from all across the Bahamas who were receiving awards for the Law of Life essay competition. I would like to applaud Mrs. Wright and the writing unit once again for the role that they play in this initiative, as well as Mrs. Griffin and the Law of Life Committee for organizing such a vital initiative for our young people. I would also like to recognize the contributions of the Sir John Templeton Foundation, founders of this prestigious essay competition, for their commitment to charity and to our youth as he continues, his legacy continues to live on. Mr. Templeton's legacy reflects his benevolence, his understanding of the importance of giving back to society, his deep commitment to the cause of education, and his determination to plant and water the seeds of morality in the youth. And like I said, and like you heard in the introduction, in my life outside of politics, I'm an English professor. And in my duties, mine, like many of the other educators in here, I teach the principles of writing, particularly to students who, like I was at your age, not really, well, I don't know about you guys. This may be a little bit different. But at your age, I didn't have that much interest in school, much less English, much less writing. So I know the challenges that teachers of this art, the challenges that they face, and tonight I would like to applaud all of you who continue to stay the course and impart to these young students the necessary skills so that they are able to achieve the level of competence needed to write the excellent works of art that each of them are being honored for tonight. Without you and your steadfast service, as we all know, literacy in this country would not be at the level that it presently is. So let us all give our educators and our English educators and our literacy educators a round of applause to say thank you for all that you do. I would also like to commend the parents who have no doubt prodded, guided, encouraged, and assisted these students with their entries. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the parents a round of applause as well. As the introduction said, I'm a grandfather, raising a teenager as well. Some of the students at C.R. Walker may know him. Yes? And God knows there are many days I wonder why I wanted to do this in my old age. You all know him, right? You know, why would I want to take this challenge of raising a teenager and a teenage boy? But when you see them grow up, and when you see them doing well, not only do they make you feel proud, but they also make all the tribulations and the trials and all the pulling out of hairs worth it. Much worth it. And I'm sure all the parents in here tonight, despite some of the things you may feel when your kids are not ready to do the things you know they need to do, I'm sure you're very proud to see them here being honored for all of their hard work. So again, I want to thank you. Put their hands together for them. And thank you. And not just for being parents, but also for being and assisting us with being nation builders. So again, these awards are partly is what you make it. It took me many years, however, to understand these laws and principles of life. At your age, when I look back at my BJC, and for those of you who are old enough, GCE results, see they added the BS, but we had GCEs. When I look back at my results in English, language, and literature, I think I was a pretty okay writer, because that's what the exam results said. But I'm not sure if I was as contemplative enough about life to be writing at a level that I would have been winning any kinds of awards, especially an award as prestigious as this Templeton-sponsored Law of Life Essay Award. At your age, I didn't even know there were laws of life. I thought life was just what you made it. So to think that you are here tonight because as teenagers, you give your time and your thinking to create works of art reflecting so deeply on life. If no one has told you yet, let me tell all of you, you are more than special. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're probably better than I am. You're probably better than most of the parents were at your age and many of the educators. Because most of us didn't think about these things until we were old and life was beating or had beaten most of us down. Sometimes we say we should have listened to our parents. But you guys are that far ahead that you're thinking for yourselves. Now, I commend you for not only giving your hard work and determination, but also for giving your focus, your insightfulness, your thoughtfulness, your generosity in creating your award-worthy essays. By participating in this event, you applied a great deal of skills that will benefit you for a lifetime. Furthermore, by responding to topics such as you get back what you give, love your neighbor as yourself, it is better to praise than to criticize. You were able to display a level of critical thinking and analyzation of important moral issues that bodes well for your future in education and in life. As far as I know, there is no magic formula for writing. But for you to be here tonight, let me say you found yours. And I think the Nigerian novelist Chinua Achebe says it best with this great insightful thought. He says, I believe that a great or a good writer doesn't need to be told anything except keep at it. So this is my advice to you as I close, students. Keep at it. In closing, I congratulate all of those students who have scored high marks in the competition. To those of you who are receiving top awards, special commendations are extended not only from me, but from our Minister of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, teenagers, like I said when I started, I'm inspired by you. Just like your parents, as an educator, I'm proud of you. And I encourage you to continue to work hard and to aim for excellence, both in the field of writing and in all areas of life. Again, thank you all. Continue to do excellent work, and may God bless all of you. And I would like to close and remind you, like I did, not my will. This is if I leave you one law, not my will, Lord, but thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Good night, and thank you very much.
The competition is the largest essay competition in the Bahamas. This year we broke all previous records with a record number of over 2,700 essays in this competition. In the primary division, we had almost 1,000 entries, almost 1,000 entries in the junior division. And unfortunately, the senior division came up a little short with just 800, but usually they dominate. And we want you to know that if you're sitting here tonight, I cannot say it enough, that you are one of 2,700. That must mean something, okay? And what that means is that your essay was judged. No, let me start again from the beginning. Your essay was graded, then it was graded again. Sometimes it was graded again and again. Then it was judged by a panel of 2 judges. So all in all, your essay might have passed through 5 or 6 persons' hands. And some of you, who may not be the winner, separating you is 1/10 of a point. I think in one of the categories, I can't say it off my head, but I think somebody might have gotten a 90.5 and the other person got a 90.75. So we are very, very particular about how we run this competition, and we want you to know that anonymity is the key to this competition. When your essays are graded and judged, nobody knows who you are, nobody knows which school you came from. So even unlike the national examinations, which I understand your name is on your paper, your school's name is there. That's not the case this time. So even if you see certain schools dominating this competition, there's no favoritism on the part of the writing unit especially, nor on the part of the judges, because they had no idea who you were. So you were here and you were just a number. But unfortunately, we know that everyone could not win. So there will be some people who may be upset, but I think tonight we're going to see smiles, because my point is, if I write an essay that I wrote for free, of course my brain is not for free. And even if I get $50, I ought to be grateful. And I ought to be grateful for the fact that I am in the spotlight, the lights are shining on me, and I understand Cable Bahamas does us a great favor because they play it over and over and over until I walk in the bank and it's like, I know you. And I'm like, you do? From TV, you Miss Wright. So yes, I Miss Wright from the writing unit and from the Laws of Life essay competition. So this has done me a favor. I'm well known. I don't know if that'll get me any loans or may get me a job, but I like my job that I have now. But I just want these students to know that as you are presented with your gifts, let the teeth show, let the smiles be bright. Take that money that you've won, invest it if you want to, spend it how you want to. Don't let mommy and daddy take all, okay? But enjoy this evening because it's your evening and you're being rewarded for the hard work that you did and the hard work that your teachers assisted you and your parents assisted you in doing. And it's a little lighthearted because I think exams ended today, right? Okay? Well, not school exams, but national exams over. BJCs and BGCSEs are over, right? So you have like what? You have a double holiday. The government and the church has been good to you. You have Labor Day, you have Whit Monday. So you can enjoy your money this weekend. No, you may not be able to cash your check yet, so save that for a while. But coming now, it has been the standard of this competition that we recognize our previous winners and some of them who have gone on to achieve some great things in life. We give them an opportunity to reflect on what it is this competition meant to them. And coming this evening, we have two young persons. Coming first, we have a young man who epitomizes the Laws of Life essay competition. He's been in the competition from primary school. I'm not sure if he won primary. I think he placed second in primary. Junior, he's won the junior division. Senior, he's won the senior division. Video, he didn't win, but he placed in the video competition. He even formed a group where he invited persons who participated in the competition or persons who were interested in learning more about Laws of Life to come and join him as he took his walk through life. Today, he is a student at the University of the Bahamas, and I think he is about to go off to study at College of Montclair University. Montclair University. Writing is his passion. And tonight we've invited Mr. Michael Miller to come and share with you as he presents the award for the video competition. This is our second year of our video competition. Those of you who were here a little early might have seen the videos from last year looping on the screen, and they were created by students last year. So here we are again with our video competition this year, and Michael Miller is going to come and make the presentations and share with you briefly.
Hope we're all doing okay. I'd first like to thank the Sir John Templeton Foundation, as well as the Writing Department for the Laws of Life competition for allowing me to speak tonight. And it's going to be a very interesting yet short 2 or 3 minutes. Hopefully it don't take too long. And I was told to talk about my experience with the competition, so here is my experience. So you might ask, or you might not ask, because you might not really be interested yet. You know, why not? Why did I do this competition? Well, I mean, you have to address the elephant in the room. It's a pretty big elephant. Money, you know, the root of all good. That one, my good, but, you know, I started for that. I mean, about 8 years ago when a pudgier and less hairy version of myself first started the competition, I saw how many hundreds, how many zeros there were in front of that decimal point for the awards. I thought, they're paying us this much to write? I mean, something my English teacher forces me to do for free? Okay, all right, I'll do that. My mom actually showed me this, and I thought, all right, I'm gonna do this. Entered in grade 6, got second. Boy, I was hooked from then. I'll tell you now, those awards, oh. And by the way, I could relate to that burning feeling you guys are getting. It's gonna intensify in a few minutes, and it's gonna get worse. You might have to walk out, but you'll be fine. Hey, don't worry. Boy. And I found that, you know, money was okay, it was fine, you know, a couple hundred, then started getting the thousands, and I started liking it even more. Hey. But there was something I didn't pay attention to at the time. The laws themselves. And I found out in life, really, that we tend not to pay attention to the things that are most valuable, and we tend to pay more attention to things that are much less so, much more fleeting. And what I found that was the laws themselves have a way of growing on you very subconsciously. You don't pay attention to it. Like, Come on. How many of you actually remember the law that you wrote on this year? How many of you? Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. If you feel guilty, it's all right. I can relate to that. It just goes out of your head, right? You don't really remember. You don't think about it. You know, it's just a topic. That's what you think it is. Oh, I see my cousin over there. He's today. All right. You think it's so simple, right? But it's not. Because like a seed, it actually gets planted into your head. The more you write, because you realize you're actually interpreting these topics through your own eyes. And you begin to think, huh, okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. That explains a lot of concerns I had for life at that point in time. That makes things come together. And you begin to see that more and more as you enter the competition. You begin to think, oh, okay, you know, these laws are actually making a lot of sense. I kind of like this. Okay, I'll try this out. Try that out. Because what that's actually doing is that it's improving something that's much more valuable and much more longer lasting than the money you're going to gain tonight. And that's your character. Yeah. That's your person. That's who you're going to be for the rest of your life. I'll tell you now. Because this money, I mean, it's nice money, but I promise you, I have experience with this. Take it or leave it. It's going to leave you in about a month. That's going to disappear. You're going to try and figure out where it went, who stole it. No one stole it. You gave it to the person that you want to buy something and something else from. So I'll tell you right now, this that you're growing in the background, that you're not paying attention to, is being fed by the laws that you write about, that you might not pay attention to. But I encourage you to continuously enter this competition. Please. For your own good, for the value that you don't really see just yet, or maybe you do, to grow that, and to get money, of course. Please keep entering year after year whenever you can, so that that burning that you're feeling in your stomach, that hopefully I can make worse in a few seconds, you know, you can make that a common experience for you. But at the same time, you can grow in a way that you look back at it and realize, boy, I am glad I entered that competition. And maybe you can even stand up here and say the same thing. Thank you. Okay. Might not want to clap just yet. Do I do that award? Right, okay. So we're about to get to the awards. Yes. Did that fire intensify? Please tell me so. Yeah, I see it on her face. It's making her uncomfortable. All right, perfect. That's how I want you to be. Now, just a quick tip to everybody. My boy right here. Okay, don't tell anybody else this, okay? Yeah. Okay, do not leave without trying the pink lemonade, okay? Like, it is so fantastic every year. Okay, the same. You'll love it, trust me. Okay, now, before we can get to the lemonade, we first have to get through the awards themselves. And so now, for this year's Laws of Life video competition, it required contestants to create a 2-minute video on the topic, "It is better to praise than to criticize." So, well, I really wish I got to do the essay. People are really nervous during the essay. I love their expressions. Anyway, so our finalists are as follows. Honorable mention, R.M. Bailey Senior High School. We have Tiara McCartney. Oh, here she is. All right. All right, next we also have Nicholas Louise. After Mr. Louise, we have Mr. Pierre Judy. I love it. Third place, from the Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy. I love that name. We have Regina Stirrup and Deshaun Heald. For second place, we have from the St. Augustine's College. So I just like to do that because everyone does that everywhere. I don't know why. We have Alexandria Rowe. First place, that one we've been waiting for, we have receiving the Floating Minister's Cup from Aquinas College. Right. We have Demesia DeVoe and Alexei Grant. Welcome up.
Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing with us. And Michael is an aspiring, I don't know, politician, preacher, something of the sort. But he can get the crowd going. But you see the caliber of persons who win this competition, so we look for some of you sitting here to be in the place of Michael next. Just wanting to let you know that the winning video from Aquinas College, those students and the school receive a cash prize of $1,000. So we want to encourage the other schools moving forward, grades 10 through 12. Take advantage of the video competition. Sometimes you have students in your school who may not be equipped to be excellent writers, but you have aspiring video producers, actors, etc. Imagine just a 2-minute video you need to create, and you have the chance of winning $1,000. So take advantage of it. It's just not for the essay, but also for the video. And the second place winner received $750. Third place received $500.